As reported, Special Operations Forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine struck a Russian S-400 Triumph air defense system in the Kaluga region of Russia. The operation targeted both a radar station and a missile launcher, central elements of the S-400's air defense capabilities. Ukrainian operators used reconnaissance to identify the system, confirmed its location visually, and relayed precise coordinates for a strike. Ukrainian forces are systematically striking Russian air defense systems across hundreds of kilometers. After months of preparation, Kiev's strategy is now fully visible. Destroy radars, launchers, and control modules until the skies are open and air superiority is established, says RFU News media outlet. A few recent operations reveal the scale and precision of Ukraine's effort, as near the town of Bohoyavlenka in the Donetsk region, a Russian Buk-M1 launcher was hunted in Zaporizhia. Ukrainian forces destroyed a rare control module of the Banal-T air defense control system, a central node that links radar with launchers and can coordinate multiple launches at the same time. In Rostov, one of Russia's Nebo-U long-range radars was struck overnight, with fires confirmed by NASA firms' satellites. Further north, another radar site of a Sopka-2 system in Voronezh was hit, reportedly destroying its antenna. And in Crimea, Ukraine neutralized Podyet and Nebo-M radars, a sign that even protected sites deep within the peninsula are vulnerable, RFU News says. These attacks span thousands of kilometers but share a clear operational goal of systematically dismantling the infrastructure that keeps the air defense network functional. By destroying intercept launchers with their own radar and control module built in such as the Pantsir or Buk systems, they undermine Russia's ability to patch holes in their layered defenses. Near Orlivka in Donetsk, Ukrainian reconnaissance drones adjusted fire onto Russian Osa and Strela-10 launchers with artillery finishing the job, a typical frontline engagement against short-range systems. Heavier bomber drones are used for structural targeting or soft-skinned vehicles, as in the Bohoyavlenka and Oleksiivka strikes, where they ignited stored ammunition and set several launchers ablaze. The campaign continues daily and has now widened in scope, as in Zaporizhia. Multiple S-300V systems have been destroyed in separate strikes north of Oleksiivka, with kamikaze drones eliminating another Buk-M3 nearby. In western Crimea, Ukrainian drones targeted relay sites near known air defense positions with fire markers visible, even on satellite imagery. In Luhansk, partisans blew up a Russian mobile air defense group guarding a repair base, reportedly linked to earlier atrocities in Bucha, RFU News says. Russia's air defense systems are not infinite. Each destroyed S-300 or Buk system costs millions to replace, requires specialized parts, and strains an already overburdened military industry to meet wartime needs. Thus, the Kremlin lost billions of dollars worth of expensive military equipment in a short period of time. This is not air superiority in the classic sense of fighter dominance, but a complete demolition of radar, control, and interceptor assets to give Ukrainian air power freedom of movement across the front line and deep into occupied territory.
ABC will reinstate Jimmy Kimmel's late-night show in the wake of criticism over his comments about the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, officials with the network said Monday. According to Associated Press, the news came moments after members of Congress gathered for a rally in Hollywood outside Kimmel's theater demanding free speech. Free speech is not a suggestion or a footnote. It's the very First Amendment of the Constitution, Democratic Representative Laura Friedman told the crowd. ABC suspended Kimmel indefinitely after comments he made about Kirk, who was killed September 10, in a monologue. President Donald Trump, one of Kimmel's frequent targets, posted on social media that Kimmel's suspension was great news for America. He also called for other late-night hosts to be fired. Yes, we know that Jimmy Kimmel expressed his opinion, just like he does, every night on his show. And the president didn't like it and decided that he was going to do something about it and say something. That is not how America works. That is a dictatorship, said Democratic Representative Nanette Barragan. Word of the reinstatement came as hundreds of Hollywood and Broadway stars, including Robert De Niro, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Aniston, Selena Gomez, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep, urged Americans fight to defend and preserve our constitutionally protected rights in the wake of Jimmy Kimmel's suspension. Jimmy Kimmel Live will return to ABC on Tuesday.
ABC tonight for one simple reason. Instead of work, we must exercise our First Amendment rights by speaking directly to our government.
The suspension happened because the government was upset with a single sentence in a talk show monologue, and their reaction put hundreds of hardworking union members out of work. And this kind of action has a chilling effect. How can any artist, a director, writer, actor, songwriter create art or entertainment while under threat that anything they create might offend someone in the administration? But of course, that's the point of oppression.
And I want to be very clear. This fight is not about one talk show or one network. This is about every single worker, every artist, every union member, every voice that deserves to be heard without bowing to the Trump administration. We know their playbook, whether it was the McCarthy era in this country or autocrats around the globe. They think fear will silence us. But we are here on Hollywood Boulevard in one of the most iconic American sites of entertainment, of free speech and democracy, and we are not going back.
Freedom to speak your mind freely without coercion or intimidation from the government. And it's not only a principle, it is the frickin' law. Last year, the Supreme Court ruled in a unanimous decision that government officials cannot coerce third parties to punish or suppress views that government officials disfavor. And my message to ABC is very simple. You do not yield. Reinstate the Jimmy Kimmel Live show. Because what happens when you yield? The bully comes after you again. And now the FCC chair, Brennan Carr, is threatening ABC because he doesn't like political statements made on the ABC show The View. When is this going to stop? ABC, you have a choice. You can continue to be bullied, or you can stand up for yourself, stand up for the First Amendment, and invoke the protections of the First Amendment, an amendment that generations of Americans have given the blood, sweat, and tears to defend. And if you do that, we will be with you.
In front of his wife and kids, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. Get out of the street. We're not going to let you memorialize a murder of a man. This is pure evil. Pure evil. Pure evil.
Free speech is not a suggestion or a footnote. It's the very First Amendment of the Constitution.
Today is about fighting for and protecting free speech. It's about the freedom of speech. Yes, we know that Jimmy Kimmel expressed his opinion just like he does every night on his show. And the president didn't like it and decided that he was going to do something about it and say something. That is not how America works. That is a dictatorship. That is against the principles of America and free speech that we have long valued in this country. It's time to stand up. It's time for everybody to stand up. Yeah, we are hearing a lot of silence on the other side of the aisle. And Trump has insinuated that there should be other late night hosts that should be removed as well. But protecting our fundamental right to freedom of speech doesn't mean just protecting the speech that you like.
You can't memorialize someone's death